I'm not sure if you know, but I went through a health thing. I went through breast cancer, and then that year I had the best year actually. Like, I know that sounds really weird, but I got, paid from my job. I got 90% of my wage through.
Wow.
Yeah, it really helps.
Without harping on it too much, during your diagnosis, I read that you lost your sense of taste. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about that? For a distinguished chef like yourself, that must have been life altering for at least for a while, because it did come back, obviously.
It was a really interesting experience. In the first half of my treatment for the first 3 months, it was fine. It was a targeted treatment, and I had all my hair, I had everything. My sense of taste kind of didn't. It was there.
Yeah.
And then the second 3 months it was like someone had gone into my body and just been like, and pressed a button, and just it impacted everything. Like, all my hair fell out, my eyebrows.
Wow.
And not having eyebrows and not being able to. I'm a very expressive.
Yeah.
Expressive
yes, you
person.
are.
A very expressive person, and not having hair on your eyebrows to be expressive. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I'm like, what is my face doing? So it was fine. I had wigs, all of that stuff. But then my sense of taste, I just lost my sense of taste during the second 3 months. And it didn't come back properly for almost a year.
Wow.
And I had this metallic taste in my mouth, and all the food that I loved eating, like my mum's curries, I had to not eat them because they tasted bad to me. And I was just like, has my mum forgotten how to cook? So I would have to eat fresh things. I had to change my diet to incorporate things that were actually palatable.
Wow.
Which is interesting. I was like, yeah, it is what it is. And I hope it comes back. But I don't think it impacted me mentally. I think what I realised going through treatment was I was very strong, and I displayed a lot of resilience that I'm very proud of now. I had this "it is what it is" attitude, and I'm like, the only thing that I can probably make this experience better is if I personally feel good about what's going on. I think the more time wallowing, it's okay to feel sad, but I don't think it ever helped me feel better by sitting in that sadness for a long time. I was just like, well, the only person that's suffering is me. And I'm already going through enough. Like, I just need to be happy, to the point where one of my friends actually mentioned, oh man, I'd love to be on holiday like you. Like, Drew, I was like, babe, I'm not on a holiday. But that was the outward impression that she was getting from my time off work, going through treatment. So, and I loved it. I loved it, but I also didn't like it because I was like, I'm sick. Be nice to me. Don't just, go get me this, go get me that. No one did. But I think because I was young, I still actively maintained this, I was just like, why would I be sad when when I already have to deal with like enough stuff? Like, I just want to be happy. I want to enjoy my time not working, because I knew that wasn't going to get that very often. How often do you get a year off work paid?
Not very often. It doesn't happen.
Right?
Yeah.
I did. And I was like, I am making the most of getting paid. Like, I was making that year about me. And it was just, honestly, it was one of the best years. It sounds so weird to say that, but I look back so fondly on that year. Oh, so weird to say that. But it was just such a fun year. Even though, sometimes I would feel sick and I'm like, oh, okay. You'd recover for a couple of days. I couldn't eat everything I wanted, but I could eat most things. I could still eat sushi. I could still eat most things, but I just couldn't taste flavors the way I used to. But then that sense of taste came back slowly, and I would kind of notice changes in the way I tasted. things that I'm like, ooh.
Like incremental kind of things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would maybe eat a dish and I'm like, oh,
That's a bit
did
different.
I just taste cumin?
Mm.
Oh, can I taste that miso? Like I would notice nuanced flavors, and that was really fun because then it kind of isolated flavors for me in my brain.
Wow. Like compartmentalized it and
Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, what am I tasting?
Did that evoke, memories of things again? I don't know, certain dishes that you'd had in certain places, those specific flavors, did they bring back memories, or was it just we just focused on that experience at the time?
It made me feel grateful for the food that I was eating.
Okay.
Yeah, I just found this newfound love and appreciation of what I was able to do when I ate, and that was actually taste. It was amazing. I was like, oh my God, this tastes so good. But it was almost like relearning how to love food as an adult.